Hey guys, what is up? It's Total Eclipse here, and today we are looking at Star Wars Battlefront, the beta, and more specifically we're looking at the A-Wing in fighter combat. Now the A-Wing is traditionally a very fast, highly maneuverable fighter that the Rebels used in the Star Wars franchise. And I'm so glad to see them return in this game. Now, funnily enough, I played, this is one of my first games, and I did get to play with the X-Wing as well. And surprisingly, I am more in love with the A-Wing than the X-Wing. Now that must say something about it. I don't know quite what it is. I think the X-Wing feels a bit clunky, but it's still very maneuverable. But I'm still trying to work that out. Now, firstly, before we get started into the actual gameplay, I just wanted to mention, if you guys are umming and ahhing about getting Star Wars Battlefront, and you don't want to pay that hefty £50 pre-order, there is a way for PC players to get it for £35 roughly on a website that I will link in the description. It's all legitimate, don't worry, I'm not trying to scam you guys or anything. It's what I've been buying most of my new games on, because you can get some really good offers a lot cheaper than on Steam. And the same goes for if you're on Xbox One or PS4. You can buy games on there, but it's to download from the online stores that you have. So you enter in a code and you get that game downloaded. I think they have things like FIFA 2016 if that's what you're interested in. They'll probably have Black Ops or something coming up as well, but who knows how they like to have their downloads. Anyway, before I start whittering on about that, you've just seen me use the dodge capability. It's good to pop that whenever you have enemy missiles on you, or if you've got some on your back and you're trying to shake them. Thankfully we've got another guy, what do you call that? A wingman! That's what we've got. We've got a wingman at the moment in the air with us. But earlier on you did see me trying to survive against 3 of them on my own. And I managed to come out on top thanks to my my wingman. But anyway, jumping into the game, you do have your normal blasters and proton torpedoes. Both are brilliant at taking out ground forces and the enemy aircraft. It is incredibly OP, the aircraft in this game at the moment. Ooh, that was close. You see me dodging and turning away. Now, the thing with this game, you do with your blasters have 2 ways of aiming. This is the automatic. As you can see, if the enemy are flying in a straight line, it's very easy to take them out with the targeting system. But if they're flying around circles, your best bet is actually to use your manual shot to aim in front of them. Now, because we've just got our A-Wing bombers coming in, I'm going to concentrate all my firepower on the AT-ATs. We've got no anti-air or enemy aircraft in the air at the moment, although I'm sure they'll have an AT-ST at some point. But your best bet is just to keep strafing them with the A-Wings once the bombers come up. Now we're trying to secure this one. I don't think we get a chance to actually take it out. No. It's about to click off. Almost got there though. Almost. But the fighters do a lot more damage to the walkers than the actual troops in general. Now currently I'm just, because there are no enemy interceptors or AT-STs at the moment, I'm just trying to pick up a couple of the troops. If you are going to fly down, this is one of my early games, so I don't actually use the shield that often. But if you're going to take heat from enemy ground forces, the best bet is to pop your shield just as you're going down, so you don't lose any more hit points. As you see, I have 34 in that bar at the bottom. And so I'm trying not to take too much damage. There is an AT-ST. If you look at the radar in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see little red circles. That's showing that there is either an interceptor or a TIE fighter or even a walker about. So that's something to keep your eye on, especially when you're fighting fighters and you lose sight of them. I personally really enjoy flying in the first person perspective, but it does give me a bit of a a drawback against the enemy. simply because if you're flying in third person, you get to see a much wider angle of view, so it's much harder to see them. So it's always good to keep an eye on the radar. Now, because we're on Hoth and we've passed the second uplink, we've lost our A-wing spawns, so now we can only spawn snow speeders. Now I will do a video on the snow speeders, but I was not happy with them. Your best bet if you're on this is to try and stay alive as long as possible in the A-wing. I know everyone tries to stay alive when they're fighting in the aircraft, but don't do anything rash. Play it safe, because you're the only support the snow speeders actually have against enemy aircraft, which sucks. Now we're just going to try and get some more fighters. Can we secure this one? It's always worth using your proton torpedoes on the fighters first and foremost, simply because it does home on them, and if you can take out the fighters, there isn't that much the enemy can do against you other than using the ATST's homing missiles. Now, as you see, I do keep strafing the cannons. It's an easy way to pick up extra kills because people go in them, and the turrets actually take a lot more damage a lot quicker than the people running about on the actual surface of the map. So bear that in mind, and always keep aiming at priority targets. There was a guy using a blaster. I didn't actually manage to get him then, and I think we've got another interceptor onto us. Yep. So as you see, prioritizing this guy, we have got the Y-Wings coming in. As soon as the Y-Wings drop their bombs, we have got a lot of damage to do, so I'm going to just go straight into the AT-ATs and see how many I can take out. We do take that one out with the proton torpedoes. Now we just need to strafe the other AT-AT and try and get that down in time. We've only got two A-wings left, two Y-wings left to actually keep the enemy AT-AT. What's the word? Able to take damage, disable it, and we managed to take it out and win the game. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't fly out the way. When you've won, it doesn't allow you to move, unfortunately. So it was a bit of a kamikaze ending for me, but as you can see, we won the game and we had top score on our team. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you do want to see more, please like the video and do subscribe if you want to see more gameplay from the Star Wars beta, as I will have some more up soon. Thank you very much.